Okay, we're in Macau, and we're in the side of Macau that very few people in Macau see. This is all the waterfront, and as you can guess, it's almost all, there's just tons of cranes for importing export all along the inner harbor here, and even this right here as well. And so a lot of this we just don't really get to see, and sometimes it's kind of funny, right? It's like we're on this island and peninsula surrounded by water, but the way that the city is built, you know, we basically just see all of that stuff. We're just kind of in the middle of everything like that all the time. And I love the urban density, really love it a lot. But sometimes I find it really funny that there's not really many like waterfronts, but we do have one right here. And we're gonna walk along it today a little bit and kind of show you what's all around here. So let's walk, and I'll tell you all about it. We're gonna go down by Barra. There's Macau Tower as well. So I'll tell you about that right there. That's a really interesting story, all of that. And you see some ships in the harbor as well, the inner harbor. Okay, let's get started. Okay, Macau 2022, filming the city street by street. Let's check it all out. Chiquinha, Chiquinha, toma cuidado da boquinha, Chiquinha. There we are. We got all those ships all the way down like that. So yep, that's yeah, I've always kind of thought there's actually one bar restaurant. It's really popular with Portuguese. It's a Chinese place, but Portuguese really love it a lot, and it reminds me a lot of when I used to live in Korea, because Korea also has a lot of ocean as well, and there's like a kind of a fish restaurant that you can overlook the water, and so you got the view all the time. And there's a lot of places. When I lived in Korea for a long time, 96 to 2008 off and on, and so so there's this one restaurant that reminds me of that. But for the most part, we're kind of like inside the city all the time. Look at all those beautiful birds. But there's this one spot, and this waterfront, there's always people throwing, you know, a fishing line in there. This right here, it's called Barra Pontoon, and there's some boats that come in and they go all the way down to Koloan. So it's a chance actually for us that live in Macau to get in view of the ocean that's around us. It's there's spots to see it because there's so much ocean around here, but a lot of times you're just like in the mess of the urban density, which again, I love it. And there's some of that beautiful urban density. They're doing some, there's a crane over there doing some work, Macau Tower. So we will kind of walk through this parking lot, and this blue building will be the start of the Barra Pontoon, so we'll have something to look at there. It's not just a building, it's actually the pontoon entrance. And I don't think it's open right now, but in the evening all these neon lights will come up. So in the evening you'll see like that little lighthouse, different stuff, Portuguese words as well. So that's over here is Ama Temple. That's one of the most famous temples to walk along. And I guess if we were to give this name, this road, I guess it'd be Avenida Panoramica de Lago Saivan. Right there, that blue is like a ship pilot school. Captain. And then over here is, they have like a dragon boat race museum type of thing. You can't quite see it from here. I can see it a little bit, but you'd have to be a lot closer to really give good context to it. And now we actually have a nice waterfront. I shouldn't say that Macau doesn't have waterfronts. They do. You got waterfronts in many places. But you know, like this one right here is like you have to make the intention to come here. It's not something you just kind of pass through casually so much, right? There are bus terminals. So yeah, that's the pontoon right there. Barra Pontoon. Let's just do a 360 like this. That's where we're coming from. You see some temple, you can see some tourists way over there. Huh. Looks like there's some people that looks like they might do a performance later. I can see somebody all in white and somebody all in brown. Sometimes they'll do like some performance kind of stuff, and that looks like they got a tent right there too, so that's possible. You probably can't even see what I'm seeing, so I won't talk about it much more than that. That's one of the downsides of using the GoPro cameras. I think this one right here is a tourist bus from China, most likely. So they probably drop people off and they're probably walking around Amma Temple. Yeah, I said one of the disadvantages of this camera that I'm using is called a GoPro. And one of the disadvantages of it is that I can't zoom in on things. I could, but I have to stop the camera, and I can't zoom in too much like you can with the phone. So I think if I actually, I don't know, maybe in the future, maybe I could look at doing everything on a phone. And then I see sometimes I'll zoom in right on the spot and whatever they're looking at, right? So I don't know, let's see. Actually, this GoPro that I have has been lasting a long time. A lot of the GoPros I've had in the past, they don't last that long. So I have like a little graveyard of cameras that don't work anymore. There's some kind of warranty with GoPro as well. This camera I'm using is called GoPro. So there's actually a warranty where I could exchange some of the more recent ones into replacements. But I haven't done that either. To the left are all these buses. They say Barra on them. So this is kind of the last stop or the first stop, depending on how you look at it. This one's going to Haksa Beach through Kaho. That's way down in Koloan. I'd like to go down there again sometime soon. Oh, okay. I was going to talk about that as well. So all of that over there is Zhuhai, China. Let's take a look at it. So all this is Macau side, all that's Zhuhai, China. And Zhuhai, the dense part is up there. But then all of this right here is, there's a bridge that separates it, and then we turn into Hengqin Island. And so this is all part of Zhuhai, China. I think the bridge might be over here, I think. And then that right there is Hengqin. So Hengqin is also part of China and Zhuhai, but Hengqin is also an island, kind of like Macau has Taipa Island, and it's also Macau. So they got Hengqin Island. And on Hengqin Island they're building, or they have built, this financial district right here. And so I think these are just residential, but this one right here, it'll be interesting when it's fully realized. But they basically have a area that they're going to create. I keep hearing plans about it, but I don't know, you know, it hasn't materialized yet. And with the COVID, it's hard to know what's going on with everything. But basically this is going to be a financial that's going to be kind of like set up a whole market for the Latin speaking world, the Spanish and Portuguese speaking world. And I guess it'd also be maybe, usually they're talking about Spain and Portugal. So Macau is kind of a Portuguese hub in Asia. It is the Portuguese hub in Asia. And they realize that that's a big market for China. With all the COVID stuff, it's hard to know what's going on. Everything seems like not the same as it was before COVID. And even now, right, like Macau has been closed for 3 years to like 150 nationalities that are still banned from entering into Macau, including probably most of the Spanish and the Latin world. The countries that they're allowing is pretty much all of Europe and North America. Brazil, which is Portuguese, are able to come in. Anyways, I'm probably gonna do a separate video over there if I can get over there. We're gonna do this Barra. But in the meanwhile, I haven't been out here in a while, and it looks like they for the longest time they had this big barrier here, and they had like a big thing that had like stop people from sneaking into Macau. But it looks like now they just took it all down. Sometimes I talk about you know, what Macau will be like when they break down all the barriers. You can just go freely. So it's like, I hope it's foreign friendly. I hope that foreigners that live in Macau can also go over there. Right now we cannot, but the locals can, of course. We'll see. It's just for times. But on the other hand, there's a lot of interesting changes, and I'm documenting it. That's Barra. I'm gonna try to get over there in a little bit. Let's see if I can get in or not. But for this one, we're just kind of checking out all of this, and I could keep on going down, but I think I'm gonna do a separate video with this little area over here. See if I can even get in or not. Okay, looks like they're gonna build some rails here. So maybe those rails will go out on the edge, I guess. So yep, that's Zhuhai, China over there. This is a new station, by the way. I'm gonna introduce it in the next video. And I'm gonna try to like see how far I can get into that. But this one right here is they're building this train station for there's a transit line in Taipa now. They just started about 2 years ago, and now they're slowly going to build it to the Macau side as well. And I'm going to see if I can even get in there or not. I don't know if I can. Let's see what we can see. Okay, so here's the, I guess we'll call this the Barra waterfront, I guess. Okay, Macau 2022, filming the city street by street. Let's check it all out. Chiquinha, chiquinha.